is it cheetah prints?
Neither.
Oh, come on,
I don't want no damn drugs.
Hey, look, he's got a tail on the back of his trunks, does in Tigre for tonight. Floyd Cashflow Diaz, he's got little tassels on the shoes. I mean, Floyd goes all out.
Man, I'm telling you, he got to be the most stylish boxer I've ever seen. I mean, the matching gloves, all that. I mean, wow.
Almost Camacho-esque.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the same thing.
You know what? He just moved on from Foot Locker after working there for his first 9 professional fights, and now he works at a store called Urban Necessities. He says a little more upscale, something Tim Bradley would go shopping at. Get some expensive sneakers like you like to buy, Tim.
She's setting up what Diaz is setting up right now. He's a shorter opponent, the shorter fighter. He's setting up something over the top. You see the lead hand, Ornelas down. He's looking, set it up with the jab, get him used to that. Once he stops bagging out and respecting that jab to the body, expect the right hand over the top. Ornelas is doing a good job. You know, he has the reach. He's taking his time. He's trying to feint his way in the inside. He's trying to use his reach and height advantage right now. And anytime that he says Diaz try to close the distance, he takes a step back, tries to make him fall short.
Ornelas coming off of the first professional loss, October of last year, against Hector Valdez, who was undefeated at 15-0.
Careful with your head in there, Floyd.
It was a split decision, 10-round loss. So he's been 10 rounds twice, both went the distance. So he understands what it takes to go long, and this is another 8-rounder for Floyd Diaz, who is now campaigning at 118 pounds, Tim, and I think that weight suits him a lot better than 122, where he had been for the last few fights.
Yeah, I have to say 122, yeah, he just seems a bit too small.
Yep.
You know, at 118, I think it suits him better. I think the guys are a lot smaller. I would say anyway is no longer there, so he ain't got to worry about that monster, but I think he'll have a greater opportunity to win a world championship at 118 than 122.
Yeah, he no longer has to wear the names of Inoue and Fulton on his trunks. He'll just keep the cash flow on there.
So
nice stab jab there from Diaz.
So Diaz has been out of the ring for some time now, so what you're seeing is you're seeing ring rust. You know, he's having a hard time finding his mark. You know, you can see him a little bit uncomfortable when he steps in. You see him defensively, being more defensively sound right now, early.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Ornelas at his best when he's on his front foot, pressuring. Who's fought through so much already. When he was in New York, actually his paternal grandfather died, and he fought through that. So
yep,
he's been through so much. But nonetheless, here he is inside the ring, undefeated in his 10th professional fight, trying to take a step up against Max Ornelas, who's 15-1-1 with 5 knockouts. No slouch himself, trained by his brother Tony. There's a nice overhand right from Diaz as Ornelas crossed the threshold. Diaz made him pay.
See, Ornelas has yet to throw the right hand down anytime that Diaz tries to commit with a stab jab downstairs.
Nice left hook. It looked like their feet got tangled, but that left hook landed clean, and therefore there's a knockdown.
Yeah, the feet did get tangled. But in real speed, it looked like it was a punch landed.
Yeah, there was a punch landed right before their feet got tangled. So I guess the replay will show exactly how much of an effect it has. You see Jay Nady already looking at and asking for those replays. We have the instant replay available to us here with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. First time that Ornelas is knocked down. We'll see if that stands as an official knockdown.
See, what you're seeing from Ornelas is he's maintaining his distance. He's doing it very well. Just a little step back right there. He's getting hit with the stab jab, yes, but he's getting his, for the most part.
Oh, nice right from Ornelas.
He's trying to make a lot of Diaz punches fall short. That's what you're going to see in the main event tonight. That's what Shakur Stevenson is great at.
No punch, I mean, let him go. Step back.
It's not about bobbing and weaving and ducking and undershots with Shakur. It's about controlling distance and not allowing your opponent to close that gap on you, maintaining a safe distance and punching him from position to where he can't punch you.
I mean, Ornelas is using all of that 5-inch reach advantage here in the second round after the knockdown.
But look, he'll shoot the jab and he'll get out. Shoots the jab and he gets out. That time right there, that's just where the IQ comes. Diaz recognized that's what he's doing, so he followed up.
Yep.
He's seeing them Ornelas moving back in straight lines, staying on that line of fire, which I call 6 o'clock.
And he closed that gap, just taking a step forward with that shot, just like
exactly.
he does there.
There it is again.
Nice double jab from Ornelas, but then he's got to pay the price because he stands there after landing 2 good shots.
I like the feints coming from cash flow. He's starting to feint, making Ornelas guess when he's going to attack.
Live action, you get 1 shot at it.
Yep.
And we saw that the referee called it right. Big ups to Raul Caiz Jr. for getting it right. Nice body work there from Diaz.
Man, Luis Raul Jr. has been in the game a long man. His dad too. I know them both. They reffed a lot of my fights, up and coming fights.
Yeah, they were staples of the Southern California fight scene, and now to see.
I had a 1100 horsepower GTR, lightning fast. I ain't never lost a race. Not this motorbikes and all. I know how to go fast. See, when I'm in control, I'm okay with it. But if I have to ride with somebody, man, I'm scared for my life.
I get it. Ooh, nice right hand once again from Diaz. Sends Ornelas reeling back.
Ornelas, the problem with him is he moves back in straight lines. And now Diaz is starting to find his timing, getting his rhythm down. He understands what he's up against now. Ornelas now moving laterally, but again, he has a bad habit of going back in straight line. There it is. All right, you got out that time. Made the adjustment, I see. It's good. Wow, what a jab.
All right, there is a stick that puts Ornelas down for the second time as a pro. Wow, that's impressive.
It's a good shot right there.
And there's just under a minute left here in round number 3. Diaz drops Ornelas twice in 3 rounds. Who gets a little bit wild there with that overhand right.
He was looking to time Ornelas' jab. That's what he's looking for.
And if Cashflow Diaz can add this level of power to his already exceptional boxing skill, Tim, he's going to be scary at 118.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This isn't like a Fareed. This isn't his best performance. Again, he's been off for a long time, got a lot of ring.
Ooh, short left there from Ornelas. You can't get careless at this level because a fighter who's 15-1-1 will make you pay.
Oh, yes, they will. Absolutely. But again, it shows you a lot about... Oh, that body shot right there. That body shot hurt Diaz right there.
This is turning in. Next to last preliminary undercard fight before we move over to ESPN at 10:30 Eastern for our double header World Championship fights. Emmanuel Navarrete in the opener against Robson Conceição, and then for the vacant WBC lightweight title, Shakur Stevenson looks to become a 3-division champ, while Edwin De Los Santos from the Dominican Republic looks to make his dream come true of finally crowning himself world champion. Nice double left hook there from Ornelas as Diaz is starting to get more aggressive, and Ornelas trying to catch him getting greedy.
Well, it's the 4th round, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's getting more aggressive now because now he's comfortable. He's acclimated to taking the punches now. He believes he can take a shot now. You know, sometimes you can deacclimate yourself or not acclimate yourself. You know, when you ain't been hit in a very long time, you doubt if you can take the shot. It's 8-ounce gloves. Think about that. But once you're able to take it, you get past the 4th round, you start warming up, you start having, you start placing your shots. You start to set into the fight.
That was a nice jab from Ornelas as Diaz started to close that gap. Ornelas needs to use that 5-inch reach advantage to the max, but he likes to fight too, Tim. And Diaz, after 2 10-8 rounds, well, he's making him fight.
Well, he's going to have to because he's going to need to try to come back in this fight. But again, he got to be safe because Diaz is trying to set him up. Ornelas coming in.
A headbutt there. As Diaz was coming in, Ornelas came in with the head. Nice right to the body from Diaz, then a shot to the back of the head as Ornelas lands a nice overhand right. Things are heating up. Nice long right, and then Ornelas answers with the uppercut.
Don't hit behind there, Floyd. You all right? Here we go. Box.
Now, Ukes Jr. on top of everything there says don't hit behind the head, admonishing Floyd Diaz. Nice right hand, punches through the guard of Diaz.
And where did he do that? He did that out distance, outside. Out at distance.
This is where he should be operating at. But then he closes the gap himself and allows Diaz to get some shots off.
Right now he's doing good work right now from the outside, though. He's starting to get a rhythm right now. Ornelas.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell. Stop. Break.
But Tim Bradley just enjoys the GTRs a little bit more. But Monica doesn't like you in that.
No, that's why I sold it. Exactly why I sold it.
But you know your Tesla Model S goes.
No, I don't have an S. Ooh, nice combinations right there, Diaz. See, it was a change in tactic right there from Ornelas the last round. He started getting his rhythm. And what Ornelas was doing was he noticed that Diaz,
Watch your hands, guys.
that when he would attack, Diaz would try to attack him or react. And so he would come back with combinations. So he would step back and he'll have something waiting on him. Like, oh, I know you're coming back with something, so I'm going to beat you to it.
And creating that space when he's at that range, he does better. But then he gave up that range right there. Like, he does so well there. And then he gets a little over anxious and closes in, and Diaz has something for him
He's
waiting.
looking for the Hail Mary. That's what he's looking for. He's a one-hitter quitter.
We remind you there's been 2 knockdowns in this fight in the second, and then again in the third round in favor of Floyd Diaz. One was a jab, the other a left hook. So effective work with the left from Floyd Diaz. And Tim, sometimes they say when you hurt one hand, and that was the case for Floyd Diaz, hurt the knuckle in his right hand, then you work on your other offhand, and it seems to have been working for him in terms of gaining power.
Ooh, big
nice shot
shots
from Ornelas.
Big shots.
Well, now you see a mouse under the right eye of Floyd Diaz. Nice 1-2 from Ornelas.
Ornelas is starting to use his legs now, and he's not just stepping straight back. He's moving to the side. He's picking up his feet.
Stop.
And he's trying to bring in. He's luring in Diaz. Diaz hasn't figured that out yet.
Nice body work from Diaz. But Ornelas finding a groove here in the 5th round.
10 seconds. Listen for that bell.
Good exchange as we are through.
He wants under pressure. He wants to get inside. He said the pressure's there. You know, if you're going to stay on the outside, you're going to give him the advantage. He's going to be able to use his reach. He said step inside. The stab jab is working. Stab jab, slide inside, and try to work. Stay there.
Look who's in the building. Shakur Stevenson, the undefeated 2-division world champion, is in the T-Mobile Arena, ready to fight for his 3rd weight class. And right behind him, his mentor and friend, one Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed welterweight champion. No matter what the IBF does and how many belts they send out in the ring, that man
That's a bad man. That's a bad man.
And Shakur Stevenson wants to follow in the footsteps of Bud Crawford and become undisputed eventually. He unified at 130 pounds with Oscar Valdez, and at 135, there's a lot of big names. Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko. A lot of big fights for Shakur Stevenson in the near future. It's all about getting those guys in the ring against this defensive wizard.
Yeah, but it's about being patient, too.
Yeah.
You know, he got to be patient as well. You know, Shakur, he wants it now. He sees that he feels that he can beat everybody at 135 pounds. But again, you gotta play chess in this business too. You know, and you have to be patient, and you can't get discouraged because, you know, talking to him, he was saying, "Man, it's just so hard. I've been waiting. I've been out of the ring for 7 months. It's been so hard. You know, I've been training the whole time, but nobody wants to fight me." Of course, nobody wants to fight you because they don't want to lose. They don't want to look silly. But if you be patient, you let things materialize, you stay active, and you just somebody, you know what I mean? Take a little less money. Fight an opponent. Stay active. Stay public in the public's eye. Then you're going to do yourself some justice.
And Shakur Stevenson, to be fair, one of the highest rated young fighters on ESPN. Whenever he fights on ESPN, people tune in.
Yes.
It's Formula One weekend. It's a great opportunity as we have an accidental headbutt. Small cut
cut the bridge of the nose.
on the bridge of the nose, according to Raul Caiz Jr., the third man in the ring.
You're good? Okay, watch your heads, guys. Accidental headbutt. Okay, here we go. Box.
This is how it happened, Tim.
Go by stand, 50-50 positioning right there. Boom. Ooh, he dropped the head of Cash Flow.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell.
Close round here in the
Ooh,
sixth. Good left hook, and then a short right from Ornelas, maybe earning him this round. Mark Kriegel earlier, the WBC junior lightweight champion, just signed to Top Rank. Hopefully we'll see him in the ring against Emmanuel El Vaquero Navarrete, or the winner of tonight's fight between Navarrete and Conceição. Navarrete, the defending WBO junior lightweight champ. Next to last fight on this ESPN Plus undercard. So happy you joined Tim Bradley, Mark Kriegel, Joe Tessitore, and Bernardo Osuna on this undercard fight. Ornelas looking a lot better here, Tim. He's found a groove, he's found his range, and Diaz now having trouble getting inside.
Diaz is opting to try to box from the outside.
Stop. No.
He's a shorter fighter. You can do that. But you want to be moving in angles. You want to be slightly moving left, slightly moving right. You want to be changing. He's standing directly in front of Ornelas. That's the reason why he's continuously getting hit. But if he was just a step left, a little bit, step right, step off the angle, step off that line of fire, it'll do him some justice.
Ooh, nice body work from Ornelas. And I don't think his corner is far off in telling him that he's winning the round, except for the 2 that he was dropped in. But that's a 4-round difference, and that gives Diaz an advantage. Now, there was some close rounds, so Diaz could have won 1 or 2 of those rounds, and you can't really bank on what the judges are seeing, but nonetheless, Ornelas is in this fight.
Dealing with the hand injury and being off, and if you're not staying in the gym and staying active with one hand and working on your movement and running and so on. I know he told us that he was doing that, but you know, your conditioning is going to get hindered.
Yeah.
You know, you've been off for a very long time. You haven't been really active. You haven't been running. You haven't been staying consistent with your work. And that's what you're seeing from Diaz right now.
He's puncher, Tim, with just 3 knockouts and 9 wins. He might have gotten enamored with dropping him in the second and third rounds and just changed his entire outlook on how he wanted to fight tonight.
Possibly, but again, he's fatigued. He's been out of the ring for a while now, so his conditioning is definitely hindered. I can see it. You don't need a knockout, kid.
He said he wants that beast that he saw in sparring come out here in round number 8, but that's a dangerous proposition against a fighter who is as tall and long as Ornelas is, who can catch you coming in like he did with that right hand.
Bagging out, too, off the back foot. But did you hear Diaz in the corner? He was just like, "Oh, I feel great. I feel good."
Yeah.
Fighter, you gotta psych yourself out. Honestly, he's feeling tired and fatigued, and he's trying to psych himself out so that way he can come on strong in his last round.
It's going to be interesting if they go to the scorecards, just how much credit the judges gave Ornelas the last few rounds, just working from the outside.
Another hook. catching cash flow as he's coming right in again.
How about that flurry?
And a nice flurry. Change of pace right there.
Making him pay the toll to come inside, Tim.
Come on inside. I got something waiting on you.
Nice quick hands. The length of Ornelas bothering Diaz as he lands a nice right.
Good combination right there from Diaz.
Things are heating up here in round 8. Nice uppercut from Diaz.
Stop. Box.
Even with the 2 knockdowns, fight is not in the bag for Diaz. Good comeback from Ornelas, especially the last 4 rounds. Ooh, nice right hand from Ornelas. Made his pro debut after
chopping right hand.
17 years old instead of pursuing an Olympic berth. And Ornelas here at age 25, I see another headbutt. Uh-oh. Now there's a
accidental headbutt. Right, take your time.
accidental headbutt to the side of the head, giving Diaz time to recover. He says, last minute
together, yep.
of this fight, Tim, and the fight itself could be hanging in the balance here.
I agree. I mean, Cashflow chose to fight on the outside for the most part, instead of trying to close the distance and fight on the inside, where he's going to have more of an advantage because he has the quicker, shorter hands. Ornelas has done a good job so far in bouncing back from those couple of knockdowns and keeping his distance, keeping his range, and also letting his punches go.
Nice left hook there from Diaz, closes the gap. And that's going to look good for the judges, but then here comes Ornelas landing a short right.
Watch behind the head, watch behind the head. 10 seconds, stop at the bell.
It's a really good fight, brother. Good ending to this fight.
Box, listen for that bell.
I don't think the bell's going to stop these two. Oh, it did.
Cash.
I had it more in the vein of 76